Hi, I'm Seth with GetOutAndHike.com, and what today we're going to be going over is how to create your own breakfast meals using a dehydrator and just some of the simple things that you have around the kitchen to make a hearty breakfast that is not high in the budget. So what we're going to do today is going to do some scrambled eggs with bacon and hash browns. And without further ado, let's get started. What you'll need for this dish is 6 eggs, which I am going to beat until they're fluffy. I believe the more air you can get into them when you cook them, and the fluffier they are, the better the texture will be. And I also got a pre-cooked baked potato, which I'm going to use as a cheese grater and shred that before I cook that up using some canola oil. This is just a generic version of Pam. We'll be using that in order to keep a little fat out of the actual product, so when we dehydrate it there's less in there. Also what I've got is some great value bacon bits, which are basically Walmart's brand of Bako bits, and I'll be inserting those in a couple utensils to cook with, and then season it with salt, pepper, whatever else you like. I've been eating these pretty regularly now for the next couple minutes here to get them nice and fluffy. Got my pan heating up. I'm going to spray it with some non-stick pan and see if I can get these things cooked right. Got my frustration out for the day. What we're going to do, pan's been heating up. We're going to spray it with some non-stick pan real quick. I'm going to fluff these eggs up a little bit here just to get them. There we go. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and turn these into some nice scrambled eggs. And get these ready to put in the dehydrator. And here we are, scrambled eggs. Make sure you get them, cook them dry, do not leave them wet, because you want them to be completely cooked through when you put them into the rehydrator. And with that being said and done, they look pretty good. Alright, the next phase will be to fry up the hash browns. I've already pre-shredded the hash browns, which is a set of potatoes actually been cooked. I've actually let the pan heat up a little bit. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of non-stick spray. And we'll go ahead and put the potatoes in. Really all I'm trying to do is get a nice good crust on the outside of the potatoes to add some flavor and give it along the same lines that you'd have if you were at home. Now the whole actual batch of this is going to be mixed together in one Ziploc bag. And when I'm on the trail, actually what I do is I carry a Tupperware container, whether it's just an actual Ziploc or a Tupperware style container, and mix everything with the water, put it inside a cozy, and then let it rehydrate that way. So what we'll be doing is getting this ready, moving on to the next step, which is going to be putting it on the dehydrator, and trying it on the trail. Alright, as you can see, the hash browns are getting some color on them now, and they're just about to come off the stove. So what I will do is take these off, let them sit for a little bit to cool, and then line the dehydration pan on separate trays with the eggs and the potatoes, and then we'll go from there. Alright, first off what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the eggs and put them on the tray that's got the perforated or screen type of mesh, so that way I get the most air to it, make sure that they get completely dried out. And I'm not going to leave any major big chunks in there. This usually winds up being a more like an egg drop soup when you have a Mountain House meal or something along those lines. So I'm assuming that this is probably going to be very similar. The fact that maybe the potatoes will soak up a little bit more water, and also experimenting with the amount of water that I'm going to have to add to this in order to get the right combination is probably going to take some experiments as well. And as I said, this is all an experiment. This is what Food Labs is all about, experimenting things to try. Hopefully if you see something I'm doing that has not worked for you and winds up working in this, or something that you've actually tried that doesn't work, I mean that that I'm doing that does not work, and you have a fix for it, that would be great too. That way we can make another batch of this and share with everyone this, a growing process and gaining better trail food. So there is the layer of egg, and right below that I'm going to do the hash browns, which have actually got a lot of good color on them and taste really good. That brown stuff on the caramelization is really, really good. So hopefully that'll bring out the flavor as well. I'm going to go ahead, set this up for a little while. Once that all gets dehydrated, I'm going to go ahead and add the bacon bits to it, and then we'll take it to the trail and see how it all comes out. Wait for it then.
It's about 8:40 Sunday. As you can see, my breakfast ready. Got all stuff packed up, and I'm going to try scrambled egg and hash browns and bacon that I made at home. So I'll go ahead and reconstitute this, and I'll let you know how it tastes when it's done.
Alright, well, here's the deal. I'm not really sure about this. It doesn't taste bad, but it'd be good if I was out here for a few days looking for just about anything to eat, but eggs didn't really constitute back the way I thought they would. So I may try some Mountain House dehydrated bulk eggs. Hashbrowns taste pretty good, and bacon does, but this is going to need some work. Maybe wash it down with some coffee instead.